How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. And it is some Berliner Weisse time. A little Berliner Weisse time. Never hurt anybody time. In the form of Jackie O's Brewing's Berliner Weisse. Super excited to give this a whirl. First off, I have to say thank you. This is sent to me by a viewer, Josh, out there in the Ohio. He sent this to me probably about a week ago. And I have to be in a mood for Berliners, and the mood just struck me that I'd like to have one. It was a kind of a nice day out today, a bit sunny. I was doing some stuff outside at work, so I don't know. Mood hit me. We're going to review it, see what's what. So, yeah, as far as what it says on the bottle itself, this is Jackie O's Berliner Weisse stainless conditioned mixed culture beer. On the side here, we have our Berliner Weisse is created using a proprietary yeast blend. Over the course of 3 months, this beer naturally becomes tart and full of character. The unique Solera method ensures consistency, perpetual motion. No kettles were soured in the making of this beer. They're talking about Berliner Weisse's own proprietary yeast blend. Over the 3 months, this beer has naturally become tart and full of character. And that whole Solera method part, I want to dive into real quick. What I think is going on here, there's like no kettles were soured. They're talking about stainless conditioned mixed culture beer. They might not be kettle souring them. What they're doing is taking the actual like soured mash of a previous session and add it to the base of another beer, and maybe that's turning it sour as opposed to legit kettle souring it. I know there's some debate as far as the not debate, more brewery nerdery as far as kettle sour versus sour mash and stuff like that, but that's what I'm guessing they're talking about from here, since it's a Solera method. Basically jump-starting like you would clone like weed or clone other things, clone hops, stuff like that. It's kind of like doing that kind of thing. We're going to have a base, add a little bit of the funk, and let it just go to town. So that's what I assume they're talking about there. Label-wise, it's cool. It's kind of kooky, crazy, a whole bunch of stuff going on, Jackie O style labeling. It's actually my first Jackie O sour, which is pretty fun. Just never had anything from him before that way. Josh was like, hey man, I was looking to see if we could do a little beer swapping goodness, and he said I wanted to send you off some dark beers. Then he's like, I also have a couple sours if you don't mind, and I can send those off too. And I said, yeah, why not? Because who doesn't want a little sour in their life? Berliner Weisse. And he sent me a Goza. If you want to call them sours, you can. It's more tart than sour, but anyway. Finger and a half. Rocky / pillowy head on that sucker. Just off weight, actually. And pretty... words. Pretty symmetrical, bubbling all around it, except for once you get to the top, there's this kind of sporadic kind of like bubbles you can see about like a quarter of an inch deep into, and it's got a nice like Saison-y Berliner Weisse kind of hazy, murky kind of head to it. So yeah, you can see it right there. From a distance, you can confuse it for a couple different beers: a Belgian, New England style IPA, Saison, Berliner Weisse. But let's see what the nose has to offer. Bright. Bright is the word of the day. Huge brightness. It smells like I'm smelling. It smells like I'm smelling. Nothing overly sour. It's like if you mixed... this might sound disgusting, but I don't think it is. Almost like Sunny D with a little bit of a kombucha kind of thing going on here. Yeah, there's a bright tartness to it. Smells bubbly, smells bright, smells sweet, but at the same time there's that tartness in there. Like I said, I'm getting a kind of orangey, kind of not necessarily flesh, but not necessarily peel, not necessarily pithiness, just a generic kind of orangeness to it. Very Saison-like, actually. I feel like I'm getting a little soft, like white pepper in there, maybe. So yeah, it definitely smells like more of a tartar Saison than an actual Berliner Weisse on the nose, which is pretty damn fucking interesting. So, she looks cool. She smells really fucking interesting. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. Oh, yeah. That tartness is there. But it's really, 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 really low level stuff. There is a bit of acidity to it. And it's got this really kind of nutty, crackery kind of malt thing going on too. It's really fun. is it a traditional Berliner Weisse? I couldn't speak to that. I don't think it's too far off, but at the same time, I think it's got a little bit of that citrusy kind of orange thing kind of throws me a little bit. It's a little bit more robust than your typical Berliner Weisse. But it's fun. It's more Saison to me than Berliner Weisse. So let's put it that way. Really nice mouthfeel to it. Wouldn't be surprised to use some flaked oats in there. Like I said, that kind of crackery, nutty kind of malt thing is pretty readily apparent. There's a nice sweetness to it, but doesn't overpower the tartness. It's kind of perfectly in balance. The tartness, like I said, isn't over the top, but it's enough there to kind of let you know it's not, just plain malted beer, and then it has a little bit of tartness going on. But at the same time, it's not super over the top, even though, like I said, there's a little bit of acidity to it. Really refreshing, but at the same time hearty. Like I said, with the mouthfeel being what it is, which is pretty damn nice. And then you get that added additional bonus of having a bit of heartiness with a bit of that typically what would be thinner kind of Berliner Weisse kind of vibe going on. It's a hearty yet chuggable beer. It's an oxymoron of a beer, let's put it that way. I like it. I could drink a bunch of these. And typically Berliner Weisses for me, except for the acidity. Acidity might catch up me heartburn-wise. Each time I take a sip, I'm going to go, oh, here comes the heartburn. Here comes the heartburn. But it's bright, refreshing. The malt aspect of it adds a robust malt aspect of it, let's put it that way. Kind of adds a different dimension to it and just takes it up a notch. But like I said, it's a bit more Saison-y than Berliner Weisse here. And even though that kind of pepper that I got in the nose isn't readily apparent in the mouth, no, I'm just getting those kind of traditional kind of Saison-y vibes off it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better Berliner Weisses I've had as of late? It would default into the yes category because even though I have them, I haven't reviewed quite a few. So it would default in there. But if I think I had quite a few, it'd be up there. Maybe not the best, but at the same time, something that's fun. Not necessarily super traditional, but enough traditional combined with enough Americanisms to kind of give it its own identity. Value and availability, no idea. I think it's around like $8-9 a bottle if I'm doing my math correctly in my head based off of what Josh told me. If he wants to correct us down there, that'd be awesome. And to say availability, I don't know. Jack Yo's. I assume you can get it. Some Berliner Weisses at 5 and change %, which this is usually isn't something people knock the doors down for. And just say, if you like what, will you like this? If you like Berliner Weisses, duh. If you like Saisons, but you want them to lean a little bit more tart than what you're typically used to. And if you like fun beer, because I like Jack Yo's. They do fun beers. They're barrel-aged offerings. I wouldn't, not that I'm barrel-aged only when it comes to like knocking down people's doors, but their non-barrel-aged offerings are nice, but they start to get a little bit, I don't want to say underwhelming. Their barrel-aged stuff, especially their stouts, their barley wines are off the charts. And this is nice to see a little bit different twist from them doing something pretty good. So overall, they're one of my favorite breweries, especially on the East Coast, if not maybe my favorite brewery in Ohio. But in general, if you like good beer, if you like Jack Yo's, if you like Berliner Weisse, if you want something a little bit American twist, or if you like Saisons, you want them a little bit more tart, you definitely enjoy this sucker. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below and like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to check me out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice Berliner Weisse right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.